Hello there. It's good to see you today. Let's really talk about something I see unsettling many folks over 60. Something often whispered about with a worried glance or a nervous laugh, that feeling of mental fog. That sense that your mind isn't quite as sharp as it used to be. Maybe you walk into a room and forget why you went there. Or perhaps familiar names, suddenly evaporate just as you're about to speak them. We often brush this off, don't we? We say, oh, it's just a senior moment, or well, I am getting older after all. And yes, some changes in memory recall can be a normal part of aging. But what if I told you there's one particular kind of mental slip, a quiet sign, that you should never just dismiss as getting older, a sign that might be whispering something more important about your brain health, something that, if ignored, could subtly undermine your confidence, your social connections, and even your cherished independence? Stay with me, because understanding this sign and what might be behind it is absolutely crucial. Ignoring it is a mistake many make, and it could be preventing you from feeling your sharpest, most vibrant self. I'm talking about something specific: persistent trouble finding the right word. Not just the occasional tip of the tongue frustration we all experience sometimes, but a more frequent, noticeable struggle to retrieve common words during conversation or when writing. It might feel like the word is locked away, just out of reach, more often than not. Perhaps you find yourself substituting simpler words or talking around the word you actually want to use. Does any of this sound familiar? Take a moment, just a brief pause right now. Think about your recent conversations. Have you felt that flicker of panic when a simple, everyday word just wouldn't come? Have you felt a growing hesitation to jump into conversations for fear of getting stuck? This isn't about forgetting where you put your keys occasionally. This specific pattern of word-finding difficulty, sometimes called anomia in medical terms, can be more than just an annoying glitch. It can be a quiet, early signal from your brain that something deeper needs your attention, and addressing it isn't just about preserving your vocabulary. It's about protecting your cognitive vitality, your ability to communicate effectively, and ultimately your confidence in navigating the world independently. It's good to be talking about this with you today. As we dive deeper into what this quiet sign might mean and what you can proactively do about it, if you find this kind of practical health information helpful for yourself or perhaps someone you care about, maybe take a moment now to give this video a quick like and click that subscribe button just below. And don't forget the little bell icon next to it that ensures you won't miss our future conversations. It's a simple way to stay connected and make sure you always get our latest advice designed specifically for navigating health well over 60. We build this community together, sharing knowledge that empowers us all. Now let's unpack this. Why might persistent word-finding difficulty be more significant than other memory lapses? Our ability to retrieve words relies on complex neural networks, particularly involving areas in the temporal lobes of our brain. Think of it like a vast, intricate library system. When everything is working smoothly, the indexing is correct, the pathways are clear, you can quickly locate the books or word you need. But various factors can disrupt this system. It's not always about the books themselves disappearing. As in severe memory loss conditions like advanced Alzheimer's, sometimes it's about the retrieval process itself becoming sluggish, inefficient, or blocked. And this specific function seems particularly sensitive to certain underlying issues that often become more prevalent as we age, issues that go far beyond just the passage of time. One of the biggest culprits I see in my practice, and one increasingly highlighted in medical research, is chronic, low-grade inflammation. Now, inflammation is a natural immune response. When you cut your finger, inflammation helps heal it. But sometimes the body gets stuck in a state of constant, low-level inflammation, often fueled by diet, chronic stress, lack of sleep, or underlying health conditions like arthritis or diabetes. Think of this systemic inflammation as static on the communication lines within your brain. It can interfere with neurotransmitter function, impair blood flow to sensitive brain regions, and essentially make it harder for those library messengers to quickly find and deliver the word you're looking for. Journals like the Journal of Gerontology and studies on cognitive aging frequently point to links between inflammatory markers in the blood and cognitive performance, including verbal fluency. This isn't some vague concept. It's a physiological process. The standard American diet, often high in processed foods, sugary drinks, and unhealthy fats, can be a major driver of this kind of brain-fogging inflammation. Each mouthful is truly a vote for struggle or strength when it comes to cognitive function. It's a hidden danger many overlook, assuming diet only impacts weight or heart health. But your brain is profoundly affected by what you eat. Another critical area, often interconnected with inflammation, is nutrient status. Your brain is incredibly hungry for specific nutrients to function optimally. It's not just about having enough fuel. It's about having the right building blocks and protective compounds. While we often hear about vitamin B12 for energy and nerve health, and yes, deficiency can impact cognition, other nutrients play crucial roles specifically in areas related to memory retrieval and processing speed. Omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA found abundantly in fatty fish like salmon, are literal building blocks for brain cell membranes. They help keep these membranes fluid and flexible, which is essential for efficient communication between neurons. Studies suggest lower levels of omega-3 CES are associated with poorer cognitive function and potentially a higher risk of age-related cognitive decline. Are you getting enough? Many seniors, due to dietary changes or decreased absorption, may not be. Then there are other B vitamins, like B6 and folate B9. They are vital cofactors in producing neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that carry signals between brain cells, including those involved in language and memory. Deficiencies, even mild ones, can slow down this signaling process. Magnesium is another powerhouse mineral, involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including many critical for brain energy metabolism and nerve transmission. It also plays a role in regulating stress hormones and inflammation. Yet, estimates suggest a significant portion of older adults don't get enough magnesium through their diet. And let's not forget vitamin D. While known for bone health, receptors for vitamin D are found throughout the brain, and low levels have been linked to cognitive impairment and mood changes. Could a simple deficiency be contributing to that feeling of your brain working in slow motion, struggling to grasp the words you need? It's certainly something worth considering and discussing with your doctor. Relying solely on age as an explanation might mean missing a correctable nutritional gap that's subtly harming your mental clarity. Let's take another thinking moment here. Close your eyes for just a second. Picture yourself trying to explain something important to a loved one, or perhaps needing to clearly articulate your needs to a doctor or caregiver. Now imagine the words just aren't there. You know what you want to say. The feeling, the idea is clear, but the specific words elude you. Feel that frustration, that flicker of anxiety? What if that happened frequently? How would it impact your confidence, your willingness to engage, your sense of control? This isn't just about inconvenience. It touches the very core of our ability to connect, to advocate for ourselves, to remain fully engaged participants in our own lives. Recognizing persistent word-finding difficulty as a potential signal is the first step toward ensuring those vital connections remain strong. Beyond inflammation and nutrition, we absolutely must consider the impact of medications. Polypharmacy, taking multiple medications, is incredibly common in seniors, often necessary for managing chronic conditions like high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease. However, many common medications can have cognitive side effects, including causing or worsening brain fog and word-finding difficulties. Anticholinergic drugs found in some allergy medications, overactive bladder treatments, certain antidepressants, and even some over-the-counter sleep aids are notorious for this. They work by blocking acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter crucial for memory and learning. Other culprits can include certain blood pressure medications like beta blockers, benzodiazepines used for anxiety or sleep, some pain medications, and even statins used for cholesterol, though the link here is more debated and complex. with some individuals reporting cognitive issues while others don't. The crucial point isn't to fear necessary medications, but to be aware of potential side effects, and importantly, never stop or change your medication doses without talking explicitly to your prescribing doctor. Sometimes a simple adjustment in dosage, timing, or switching to a different medication within the same class can make a world of difference. Your doctor needs to know if you're experiencing these symptoms. Don't assume they're unrelated or just part of aging. It could be a direct and potentially reversible medication effect. Sleep disturbances are another major factor we can't ignore. Deep, restorative sleep is when your brain clears out metabolic waste products that accumulate during the day. Think of it as the brain's nightly cleaning cycle. It's also crucial for consolidating memories. If your sleep is consistently fragmented or insufficient, perhaps due to insomnia, sleep apnea, where breathing repeatedly stops and starts, or restless leg syndrome, all common in older adults, this cleaning process is disrupted. Toxins can build up and cognitive processes, including accessing your vocabulary, can become sluggish and inefficient. Many people with undiagnosed sleep apnea, for instance, report significant brain fog and memory problems that improve dramatically once the condition is treated, often with a CPAP machine. Could poor sleep be the hidden thief stealing your words? It's a critical question to ask yourself and discuss with your healthcare provider if you suspect sleep might be an issue. Don't underestimate the power of a good night's sleep for maintaining mental sharpness. It's foundational. And what about stress? Chronic stress floods your body with cortisol, the primary stress hormone. While short bursts of cortisol are helpful in fight or flight situations, persistently high levels can be toxic to the brain, particularly impacting the hippocampus, a key area for memory formation and retrieval. This constant state of high alert can interfere with focus, concentration, and yes, the ability to easily recall words. In our later years, we often face unique stressors, concerns about health, finances, loss of loved ones, changes in living situations. Finding healthy ways to manage this stress becomes paramount, not just for emotional well-being, but for cognitive health too. Techniques like mindfulness meditation, gentle exercise like walking or Tai Chi, spending time in nature, and maintaining strong social connections can all help buffer the negative effects of stress on the brain. Ignoring the impact of stress on your cognitive function is like trying to drive with the emergency brake partially engaged. It slows everything down. Lastly, while we're focusing on common, often reversible causes, it's essential to acknowledge that persistent and worsening word-finding difficulty can sometimes be an early indicator of more significant underlying neurological conditions, such as mild cognitive impairment, MCI, which sometimes, but not always, progresses to dementia like Alzheimer's disease, or even small vessel disease, affecting blood flow in the brain. This is why dismissing this symptom is unwise. Seeing your doctor is crucial to rule out these possibilities, or if present, to initiate early management strategies which can significantly impact prognosis and quality of life. Getting a proper evaluation provides clarity and allows for appropriate action, rather than living with uncertainty and anxiety. This is where the cautionary aspect of my advice comes in. Be reassured that many causes are manageable, but be cautious enough to get checked out. We've covered some important ground already, exploring potential culprits behind that frustrating inability to find the right word, from inflammation and nutrient gaps to medication effects, poor sleep, and stress. And there's more helpful information to come on what you can actively do. If you're finding value in understanding how these factors can impact your cognitive health, and you haven't yet, clicking that subscribe button ensures you won't miss future discussions like this one. We truly appreciate you being part of our growing community, dedicated to healthy, vibrant aging. Your presence here helps us all learn and support one another, and perhaps drop a quick comment below letting us know where you're watching from today. It's always wonderful to see how far our community reaches. So, now for the empowering part. What concrete steps can you take if you're noticing this quiet sign? The good news is many of the underlying factors we discussed are modifiable through lifestyle choices and proactive healthcare. This is where you regain a sense of control. First, let's talk diet. Think anti-inflammatory eating. This isn't about restrictive dieting, it's about nourishing your brain. Focus on adopting principles of a Mediterranean-style diet, which consistently shows benefits for cognitive health and research. This means plenty of colorful fruits and vegetables packed with antioxidants that fight inflammation. Think berries, leafy greens, bell peppers. Include healthy fats, especially those rich in omega-3 fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, herring, and sardines, are excellent sources. If you don't eat fish regularly, talk to your doctor about whether an omega-3 supplement might be appropriate for you. Walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds are also good plant-based sources. Prioritize whole grains like oats, quinoa, brown rice over refined grains, white bread, pastries. Use olive oil as your primary fat. Limit processed foods, sugary snacks and drinks, excessive red meat, and fried foods, as these are known pro-inflammatory culprits. Remember that phrase, each mouthful is a vote for struggle or strength. Choose strength for your brain, and don't forget hydration. Dehydration, even mild, can impair cognitive function significantly. Aim for plenty of water throughout the day. Many seniors experience a decreased sense of thirst, so make it a conscious habit. Second, address potential nutrient gaps, but do it wisely. Don't just start popping random supplements. Talk to your doctor. They can assess your individual needs. Perhaps order blood tests to check levels of key nutrients like vitamin B12, vitamin D, folate, and magnesium, and recommend appropriate dosages if supplementation is needed. Self-prescribing can be risky as some vitamins and minerals can interact with medications or be harmful in excess. Work with your healthcare provider to optimize your nutritional status safely. This collaborative approach builds trust and ensures safety. Third, review your medications with your doctor or pharmacist regularly, at least once a year or anytime you notice new symptoms like increased brain fog or word-finding issues. Bring all your medications, including over-the-counter drugs, supplements, and herbal remedies, to your appointment. Ask specifically, could any of my medications be contributing to my cognitive symptoms? Sometimes, as I mentioned, adjustments can be made. This proactive conversation is key to managing potential side effects and ensuring your medication regimen supports, rather than hinders, your overall well-being, including your cognitive function. Don't let fear of appearing difficult prevent you from asking these crucial questions. Your clarity matters. Fourth, prioritize sleep hygiene. Aim for 7 max 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Establish a regular sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up around the same time each day, even on weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Maybe a warm bath, reading a book, a real one, not on a screen, or listening to calming music. Make sure your bedroom is dark, quiet, and cool. Avoid caffeine and alcohol, especially in the evening. Limit screen time before bed as the blue light can interfere with melatonin production. If you snore loudly, gasp for air during sleep, or feel excessively tired during the day, despite spending enough time in bed, ask your doctor about screening for sleep apnea. Treating sleep disorders can have a profound positive impact on cognitive function and energy levels, reducing that feeling of mental sludge. Remember, sleep isn't a luxury. It's a biological necessity for a healthy brain. Fifth, manage stress actively. Find techniques that work for you and practice them regularly. This could be deep breathing exercises, mindfulness meditation. Apps like Calm or Headspace can be helpful. Spending time in nature, engaging in hobbies you enjoy, gentle yoga or Tai Chi, or connecting with friends and family. Social connection itself is a powerful buffer against stress and is strongly linked to better cognitive health. Don't isolate yourself. Make time for meaningful interactions. Reducing chronic stress can lower cortisol levels and help take that static off your brain's communication lines, potentially making word retrieval easier. Think of stress management as essential maintenance for your mental clarity. Sixth, stay mentally and physically active. While brain games alone might not reverse underlying issues, keeping your mind engaged through learning new things, reading, puzzles, playing musical instruments, or engaging in stimulating conversations helps build cognitive reserve, essentially your brain's ability to withstand challenges. Physical activity is equally crucial. Regular exercise, even moderate walking, improves blood flow to the brain, reduces inflammation, helps control blood sugar and blood pressure, both important for brain health, and can even stimulate the growth of new brain cells in some areas. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity per week, plus some strength training, as recommended by health authorities. Exercise benefits not just your body, but directly supports your thinking, memory, and word-finding abilities. It's a powerful tool for both physical independence and cognitive resilience. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, see your doctor. If you are persistently struggling to find words, don't delay in making an appointment. They can perform a thorough evaluation, including a cognitive screening, review your medical history and medications, order necessary tests like blood work to check for thyroid issues, vitamin deficiencies, or inflammatory markers, and help determine the likely cause. Ruling out serious conditions provides peace of mind. Identifying treatable causes like nutrient deficiencies, medication side effects, or sleep apnea opens the door to effective interventions. Even if the cause is related to early cognitive changes, an early diagnosis allows for planning, support, and access to potential treatments or strategies that can help manage symptoms and maintain quality of life for longer. Your doctor is your partner in health. Involve them in this journey. Don't let fear or embarrassment hold you back from seeking clarity. Now I want to shift towards hope and encouragement. Hearing all this might feel a bit overwhelming, perhaps even a little scary, but please hear this. Noticing this quiet sign, this persistent difficulty finding words, is not a reason for despair. It's a call to action. It's an opportunity. An opportunity to become more attuned to your body and brain, to investigate potential underlying factors, and to make proactive changes that can significantly improve not just your word recall, but your overall vitality, energy, and cognitive function. Many of the potential causes we've discussed, inflammation, nutrient gaps, sleep issues, stress, medication side effects, are often manageable, treatable, or reversible to some extent. Think of it this way. Your brain is sending you a message. Instead of ignoring it or panicking, listen closely. What is it trying to tell you? Perhaps it needs better fuel through diet and nutrients. Perhaps it needs more rest and recovery through better sleep. Perhaps it needs less statics by managing inflammation and stress. Perhaps it needs a medication adjustment. By investigating these possibilities with your doctor and making targeted lifestyle changes, you are empowering yourself. You are taking charge of your cognitive health. I've seen many patients in my practice who, after addressing these underlying factors, report a noticeable improvement in their mental clarity and word finding. Someone who diligently changed their diet to be more anti-inflammatory found their brain fog lifting within weeks. Another who finally got treated for sleep apnea felt like they had a new brain. Someone else worked with me to adjust a medication and found their word recall sharpening again. These aren't miracle cures, but they represent the real possibility of improvement when the root causes are addressed. There is hope. There is agency. You have the power to influence your cognitive trajectory more than you might think. This journey isn't about reversing aging. It's about optimizing health at every age, ensuring your mind stays as sharp and vibrant as possible, allowing you to continue living a full, engaged, and independent life. That independence, that ability to communicate clearly and confidently, is worth fighting for. So let this conversation be a starting point, not an end point. Use this information to have informed discussions with your doctor. Use it to inspire small, sustainable changes in your daily habits. Remember, consistency is key. One healthy meal, one good night's sleep, one stress-reducing walk, they all add up. Be patient and kind to yourself through this process. And let's build a community of support right here. In the comments below, I'd love to hear from you. Have you experienced this kind of persistent word-finding difficulty? What have you found helpful? Perhaps share one small change you plan to make after hearing this discussion. Your experiences and insights are incredibly valuable, not just to me, but to everyone else watching. Let's learn from each other and encourage one another on this path to maintaining cognitive vitality. Sharing your thoughts helps us all feel less alone in these challenges. And if you found this conversation helpful, please consider sharing this video with friends or family members who might also benefit from this information. Spreading knowledge is a powerful way to support the well-being of our community. I sincerely hope this conversation has provided you with clarity and some positive steps forward. Recognizing that quiet sign isn't about succumbing to fear, it's about embracing empowerment through knowledge. It's about understanding that just getting older isn't always the full story, and that proactive steps can make a real difference in how sharp, clear, and confident you feel. Taking charge of our health is a journey, not a destination, and staying informed is crucial fuel for that journey. Please consider subscribing if you found this helpful, and make sure to hit that notification bell so we can continue sharing these important health insights with you daily. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Be well, stay curious, and take good care of that amazing brain of yours. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.